Hi, Dr. Ellis here with the Sweet Spot STL. So, at the beginning of September 2021, I launched my Airbnb business. And those that follow me on social media have been asking how things have been going. And so, I wanted to do a quick video to update everyone on the progress and the status of my Airbnb. So the first month in September, it took me a minute to get everything set up. And so I did learn a lot of things along the way, and I'll probably share info on that at another time on another video. But I launched maybe around the 8th of September, and then I had my first guest maybe around the 10th or the 11th of September. And so, one of the biggest fears is when people are choosing to do an Airbnb, they're always wondering, well, what if I get stuck paying the rent? Or what if I have a hard time booking guests? And so far, that has not been an issue, but it was a real fear. It was a fear of mine, but I had to move past it and push on because most of the people that I've encountered have said that no, they didn't have issues getting guests at all. And I don't live in a touristy town at all. I live in St. Louis, Missouri, so it's not a big, huge tourist attraction or anything like that. And as a matter of fact, that was one of the things that were making me nervous because people, when I was telling people what I was planning to do, they were like, well, are you by tourist attractions or, and so they were asking me things like that as if I wasn't going to make any money because it's not a touristy place, but that hasn't been the case at all. And so in the month of September, I think it was like about it was about $1,700 that I made that month. My rent is 1,000, and so I do rent an apartment, and I do have the permission of the landlord. Please do not start an Airbnb business by renting if you don't have the owner's permission because it can cause a lot of issues for you. And maybe I'll do another video on that piece later. But the month of September, I'm slated to make a minimum of $2,000. And so that's kind of where I'm at now at $2,000. This is October the 12th. So I still need to be booked. And so with that, my rent is 1,000 a month. My electricity ranges between $40 and $60 a month. And then my internet bill is about $50 a month. And the apartment is totally electric, and so I don't have to worry about any other gas or anything like that. And so my expenses for my Airbnb, they come out to no more than about $1,100 a month. And my husband and I, we clean the unit ourselves, and so we don't have to pay a cleaner. But if we did have to pay a cleaner, the fee is put into our rental fees for the unit. And so it's a fee that we used to pay ourselves because we are in there doing the work. And then we plan on to keep doing the cleaning ourselves until we add on more units. But when you first launch, if you're able to, I think it's helpful for you to kind of do things yourself so that you become familiar with the process, familiar with things to look for and things like that, to make sure that you know how to take care of your unit. That's just what I would recommend. So far, all of my reviews have been 5-star reviews. And people love the space because we put a lot of care and thought into all of the amenities and things like that. There's no fancy things like pools or anything like that at our listing, and I'll drop the listing in the info box down below so that you can see what it looks like. But there are no big amenities like that, but it's just a really cute space. It's decorated very nicely, and it has everything that people need to enjoy their time there. So if they want to cook meals, if they need to do laundry or whatever they need to do, it has everything there in the unit. Cleaning supplies. And so only thing they have to do is bring themselves their clothes and if they want food or anything like that. And then my unit is located next to a nice shopping area, a strip, like within like 3 minutes away. There's like a brewery. There's a lot of nice things very close by. In about 20 days or so, I made about $1,700, and my rent is 1,000. expenses are about 100, and so that's rent. I mean, not rent. That's electric and internet bill, and so that was pretty good for not being launched for the entire month of September. Now for October, this is October the 12th, and so far I've made about $2,000, with 1,000 of that being for rent. So renting a unit is a great way to be able to jump into the business quickly. I don't. My plan is not to rent forever. So my goal is to get at least 10 units to be able to save up some money so that I can begin buying multifamily units, so that I can build my business even further to create more cash flow every month. So I am 100% full-time entrepreneur. Right now, I was a classroom teacher and administrator in higher ed. And so I decided to work for myself. So my husband and I, we have 8 children, 2 small ones at home. And so when you think about the cost of daycare and things like that, it made more sense for me to be able to expand and start working on my businesses and building income like that. And so I also do some consulting work with education. And so the Airbnb business, gave me an opportunity to start another business that's not hands-on, where you have to be there every day, because we do have a restaurant as well, and a business like a restaurant requires your time and attention every day. And one thing I can say about the Airbnb business, it has not been like that. I make sure it's clean. I provide my guests with the code for the door to do self-check-in. And most people are really good. They're not high maintenance. They have everything that they need. And so I just kind of check in with them on day one, send them a message, see how things are going. And most people, they don't even respond after that. They say, thanks, we're enjoying it, or there are no issues. And so it does not require a lot of my time. And so I think that's important, because when you're raising a family, you want to be able to give your time to your family. And so, so far this business has been allowing me to be able to do that. And so I plan to do more videos to be able to show you all how to start in the business. I am helping some people behind the scenes to locate their own Airbnb. Some people are kind of afraid of calling and things like that. And so I do offer a service where I locate apartments or landlords who are willing to allow you to do short-term rentals with their units. It takes a certain level of responsibility, because you want to make sure that you don't that you're not renting to people that are going to have parties or that's going to cause disturbances and things like that. And I make sure that my guests understand that they are visiting a community where people live. And so I want to make sure that my guests are respectful of the people that live in that community. And so I've also created good relationships with my neighbors around me. And so I think that's important as well, because they need to know to expect that you're having guests that are coming and going. It's not necessarily any of their business what your guests are doing, but they know that you have guests, and so that they're not harassing them and doing things like that. So it's good to build those relationships with people, so that it helps your business to be very successful. And so that's all I have for you today. I'll be back with another video soon to explain more about my journey with you all. So that's all I have for you today. Please make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe, as I'll be putting out more videos to kind of sharing my journey with you, so that you can learn everything that I've learned along the way. Because there are some things that I've learned since day one that when I launch my next unit, it'll be better. And so if you're able to learn from other people by watching their successes and their mistakes, that's always great. So until next time.